Ladies and gentlemen, first, the 1/12 scale Valiverse Action Force motorcycle, which is to replace the Ram for the Joeverse. I wanted a modern take on it. Kit bash gun and just a Maestro motorcycle. I painted the body a German camo green with a little drop of olive drab in it just to give it a different color. And painted the gun, put some washes and some little bit of weathering on it. Other than that, I think it turned out pretty darn slick. I'd like to do more of these or show more. I usually do a lot of toy paints or whatever, but I never really show them on the channel. It's just because there's, just like model building, there's hundreds of channels. There's hundreds of channels of the toy stuff too, but I try to incorporate a little bit of everything. But anyway, that's something that I like to do on the side. I like to accessorize my action figures, so I'm going to go put him up in the Valiverse Action Force section, and call him good, and we'll have to think of something else to do for the 12 scale figures. But anyway, that is that. I wanted to show that for we get on to the book Nook. And first things first, going by the instructions, the steps. Your beloved host here, glued these on going the other way. I was like, why are they? Because when I was trying to put this on, it didn't fit because it was on the narrow side. So I had to go in with a knife and pop all those stairs back, get them glued the right way. Well, I pitted out the steps, so I took some styrene strips and redid it. And I'm going to add some texture. I think it needs stone is what I want to plan on doing, and try to fix that up. Overall, it goes together pretty well. You kind of have to double up on the side here, which it overlaps. This is the front, which kind of goes something like that, and it's 2 pieces. And I need to buy some more wood glue, which I ran out, which I don't like to have a big bottle of it because that does have a shelf life more than white glue for some reason. But I got steps, got the most of the inside pretty much done. The only thing is, it don't have it's just got lines. You might be able to see it right there, where to put the edges. And I think I got it squared. I hope I did. If not, I'm gonna say I did and call it good. My next one is I got to put the back in, which goes in something like that. And again, it lines up, but not either. And if I did it again, I really should have built this part first and then put it on the steps. If you follow the instructions, it's putting these on, then putting it on steps, and then adding on, which is what I was doing, following the instructions. But anyway, we'll make it work. So I did get that done, and you only can put together like half the book, which I'm not a real big fan of the sunny corner. Where am I at? Deal, and the instructions are backwards on this. This is part B, and it tells you to put A here. It's actually the opposite. I mean, unless you want to do it the other way, but if you follow the pictures. No glue at all. This actually, really just snaps in, and I haven't quite decided if I want to leave the Secrets of the Galaxy book or skin it with styrene and do like another graphic or something else, because I do want to hide the locking. You know how you can see where it's got the brown. Now technically you won't see it, when it's in like a book, which may leave it, but I want to probably end up skinning it and make something else out of it. So that is the to-do list. Now I think I mentioned last time that it is 24 scale. Let me find the instructions here. It is 24 scale technically with the book. The book is pretty much 24 scale. But it's really, to me, it's 32nd. And I wanted to add a figure, like right through here, And I wanted a knight, and I wanted a Templar knight, and I actually really wanted a female knight. Well, I kept looking, and if I really wanted to spend a lot of money on it, I could get it, but I didn't want to. So I kept looking and looking. I found a Russian 54 millimeter figure set. Now, some things I'm pretty well versed in, and I didn't even know these existed. These are the ones that do the Robo Gear, which I knew about them but never owned any. These same people do the miniatures for 28 millimeter, and they do 54 millimeter. So 54 millimeter. So you basically get a bag of knights here, which they're, I think, pretty detailed. I mean, they're, plastic toy-like in a way, but miniature-wise, I think they're nicely detailed. However, they did have in that set a female knight. I thought, and I wanted her because she was different, and I wanted it for this to be different, and I didn't really want to get like not Joan of Arc, knight, or a, I want to say a fantasy knight, if that makes sense, but she'll fit something like that. I think she'll look pretty darn slick. She does come with a crossbow. I didn't like that, and here's my evidence. I whacked that off, and he's missing the sword now. So I gave her a battle sword. The only thing I got to finish now is, which took me about 3 tries to get the super glue to stick, is I got to make a little bit of a hilt for her, and I'm going to try to extend it out, like a broadsword, with the large hilt. But other than that, I think she is, and they're very clean castings. I really think there was a little bit on her shoulder, just where the injection point was. Other than that, works out pretty darn slick. So, going to add her to the book nook when once we get everything hopefully assembled. And basically, I've just been doing sub-assemblies, since a lot of them take 2, and then most of my time they pop out of the. You can see where they pop out of the. I want to say sprue wood block here, but you can see the little nicks here. Where it's like photo etch in a way, and you got to spend all your time basically knocking that off. But other than that, ready to rock and roll. So, learning how to do the book nook, and it's been very fun, and we're going to put the female knight in there as well. So, looking forward to painting a miniature. So that's what I got going on today, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for next exciting episode.